to another Yoga Mo-Flo class. I'm Heather. I'll be leading us through this workout today. Today's workout is short and sweet. It's about 20 minutes long, so if you don't have a ton of time but still want to get in a good workout with a couple little challenges built into it, then this is a good workout for you. So I'm not going to talk very much. We're going to get started right away. So I invite you to come down to your mat. We're starting in a seat, and I'm sitting in just a cross-leg seat with my left leg in front. So go ahead and come on down, and we're just going to take a quick moment here to gently close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths. You've arrived on your mat, and just notice how your body feels. Notice where your energy is. A little bit of a mindfulness practice here. And we'll check in again at the end to see if anything has shifted for us. So I invite you to start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, and see if you can maintain that for the remainder of the practice. Let's go ahead and gently open our eyes. And we're going to take our hands and interclasp our fingers, bring them up to our chest, and then push them out around the back, chin to chest. As you inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Nice little stretch here, and release. Let's do that 3 more times. So taking our fingers, interlacing, and stretching out through the back. That should feel good. Taking a nice deep inhale, reaching arms to the sky, and release down. 2 more times. Interlace. Go ahead and push out. Arms to the sky. Oh, we have Ruru joining us today. And release. Hi, Ruru. And then go ahead and interlace. Relax back. Stretch up to the sky. And release. Staying just like this in our seat. Let's go ahead and do a twist. Take the right hand to the left knee. Gazing out over your left shoulder behind you. As you inhale, think of lengthening the spine, and as you exhale, think about getting a little bit deeper twist. And then let's just go directly into the other side. So left hand to right knee, right arm behind, looking out over the right shoulder, lengthening and trying to deepen our twist. And let's go ahead and release. From here, again, keeping the legs just as they are, we're going to do a side-to-side stretch. So coming over to the left, reaching the right arm out, maybe even coming down on that left elbow, and then rise up and go directly to the other side. Really being mindful about keeping the sits bones planted, the hips planted on the floor, and just getting a really nice side body stretch here. It should feel good. 2 more. Last one. From here, we're just going to walk it forward and get a little stretch in our hip. If your head doesn't come all the way down, that's okay. You can be up on your elbows, or you can even be, up on your hands. Wherever it feels right for you. It's your body, and everybody is different. So all the shapes never quite look the same for any 2 people. And that's the beautiful thing about yoga, is even though we're all doing the same movement, it's always going to look a little different. Let's switch out the crossing of our feet. Now my right foot is in front, and we're going to do those side-to-side stretches. So coming over, being mindful about the hips, trying to keep them down, just getting that really wonderful stretch for the side body. That feels really good for me today. Twice more. Last one. here, we're just going to walk it forward. Getting a stretch now through that right hip. And then walk it on up. From here, we're going to do a little ankle stretch. So I'm going to plant my right foot down, leave my left leg just as it is, and I'm just going to shift forward a little bit, really trying to keep my heel on the ground, and I'm going to do this for 5. So that was 2. This is a little mobility stretch. We can work on having mobility in our ankles. For those of us who are, we're going to just switch it out, planting the left foot and bending the right knee, coming up 5 times. For those of us who wear shoes all day, especially if it's high heels, this could be kind of hard, twice more. So it's a good thing to do, to just stretch it out. Very good. From here, however you want to get there, we're going to meet in our down dog. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk myself back, and I'm going to pedal out and through my feet. But first, I'm going to tuck in my shirt so I don't flash all y'all. Come back up. So just pedaling it out, walking your dog. You might want to lift up to your tippy toes and take the feet over to the right, and then back through center, dropping over to the left. Just getting some different stretches. And then go ahead and plant the feet. You may here also just want to walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands, and we're going to do a twist. So go ahead and grab the left ankle with the right hand and look under the arm. Getting a nice twist. And from here, I'm going to take my left leg to the sky, and I'm going to take my right arm out in just a little bit of a balance challenge. And release. Let's do the other side. I'm grabbing my right ankle with my left hand. And release, and then I take my right leg to the sky, left hand out, balance challenge. Whoa, that one's hard today. And release, but I'm going to keep my right leg lifted in my 3-legged dog here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come forward and bring my right knee to my right elbow, down to my right wrist, over to my left wrist, back up to my left elbow. 3 more times. We're just making these little plank boxes. This is a little abdominal challenge. Last one. Hold it here and step through into our runner's lunge. And just rock it out, rock out the back foot here, coming up onto the toes. Then what I'd like for you to do is plant the back foot and come up into your warrior 2. So here we are. Adjust yourself as needed. Checking my alignment. I'm gazing out over my right fingertips. From here, we're going to do eagle arms. So go ahead and wrap your right arm under your left. If you can't clasp your hands, that's okay. You can stay like this. If you can, go ahead and clasp them and just hold. Giving a stretch through the shoulders. Maybe bend a little deeper into the right leg. From here, release. Let's take our heels in, toes out into our 5-pointed star. Clasp the hand, not clasp them, but let them kiss at the top, coming down with our hands to heart into our goddess squat. And from here, we're going to just go side to side. Stretching and strengthening that inner thigh here. Just a couple more times. Go ahead and take your hands to your legs and slide them down your thighs. And then let's take a little back twist here, looking over to the right. up, straighten the legs. Let's lift our arms to the sky. And we're going to do some full body arm circles all the way to the ground. Big movements for 6 to the right. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Go as big as you can. Take up space. Kind of go to the end of that stretch. Here's 5. Once more. Very good. Go ahead and release. Hands on the hips. You can kind of pigeon toe your feet in, and we're going to come forward into our forward fold. So our wide-legged forward fold. If you like, you can try to walk your hands back here to see if you can just go a little bit deeper. And release. Bring the hands up, and we're just going to turn to face our right foot, frame it. We'll go ahead and step back into your down dog. From here, we're going to do that twist again, so grabbing the left ankle, looking under the left arm. And if you did it before and you want to try it again, you can do the balance challenge. So left leg up, right arm, and release. And then grabbing the right ankle with the left hand, looking under the right arm. And the balance challenge again. Right leg up, left arm balance, and release. Let's go ahead and square off the hips, take the left leg to the sky, and we're going to do those plank boxes again. So left knee to left elbow, to the wrist, to the right wrist, right elbow. 3 more boxes. Last one. And step it through into your runner's lunge. Rock it out. So rock out that back foot. Should feel good after doing those plank boxes. Those are not easy. Those are hard. Okay, go ahead and plant the back foot at a 45-degree angle and come on up into your warrior 2. So I'm actually going to turn around to face you. This time you can stay where you are, but just I don't want to have my back to you that whole time. So here we are in our warrior 2. And then from here, we're taking our left arm under the right this time into our eagle arms. Maybe bending a little bit deeper into that front leg and hold. From here, release, come up into that 5-pointed star. Let's bring our hands to our heart, coming down into our goddess squat. And rock it out side to side here. Maybe this time see if you can go a little bit lower. It's only 20 minutes today, guys, so we can push ourselves a little bit here. Take our hands, slide them down our legs, and then let's twist over to the left. Back to the right. Let's do that once more each side. Back over to the right. And release. Let's come up. Let's take our arms to the sky. And this time we're going to do 6 of those full body circles to the left. So go as big as you can. Take up a ton of space. Even like stretch out to the ends of your fingertips. Yoga Mo-Flo is mobility and it's total body. So we just make everything really huge. Let's go one more time. Very good. From here, hands on the hips, kind of pigeon toe the feet, and come into your wide-legged forward fold. And from here, what we're going to do is kind of take that wide-legged down dog. So this time I'm going to walk my hands out as far as I can in front of me and just hold here. This is really a nice lengthener for the spine. I can feel the space between my vertebrae. Feels really good. And then from here, I'm going to turn to my right, but you guys are probably going to turn to your left and come back to the top of the mat. And then let's have our left foot meet our right and forward fold. Let's go ahead and rise up, palms kiss, and bring them to our heart. From here, we're going to take our feet wide and come down into our yogi squat. So go ahead and come on down. Having our hands in prayer and really using our elbows to open up our thighs, lifting up out of our lower backs. Just pause here for a minute. From here, we're going to do some little halfway lifts for 6. So we're only going to come up halfway. So lift the rear end and back down. Let's do that 5 more times. So here's 5, 4, 3, here's 2, 1. Back into our yogi squat. And then go ahead and just take a seat. From here, let's take our legs long. What we're going to do is bring the right leg in, keeping our left leg out. And from here, I'm going to wrap my right elbow around my right knee, and if you can't get your right foot all the way to your elbow, you can just hold on to it with your hand. But we're going to try to pull it all the way in, lengthen up through the back, and here we're just going to rock it side to side, just a little rock the baby, stretching out that right hip. Pretend that your leg is a little baby, just rocking it, stretching it out, and release. Let's just go right into the other side. So grabbing the left leg, pulling it in, wrapping your arms around it, lengthening up through the back, and rock the baby. And just feel that really glorious stretch there in the left glute. After doing those squats, that should feel good. And release. Let's take both legs long. We're going to do a forward fold here, so let's take our arms up to the sky and just grab on wherever you can. You can keep your back flat, or you can let it round, relax a little bit more, and just come on down here. You can even sway a little bit side to side. It should feel good after all that work. All the hard stuff is done. We're just going to stretch it out now. Go ahead and lift yourself back up. Just come on down to your back however you want to get there. Just going to lower myself down. Go ahead and take your feet as wide as your mat, keeping your knees bent. And just drop the knees over to the right. Just pause here. Just a nice little windshield wiper stretch. And come up through center and just drop the knees over to the left. Stretching out the low back. It should feel good. Then we've got one more stretch before our final Shavasana. So here I'm going to take my feet over to the left side of my mat, crossing my right foot over the left, bumping my hips a little bit more to the right, and then taking my upper body over towards the left, grabbing my left wrist with my right hand, and just laying here in our banana shape. So here you should feel a nice stretch through that right side body. And if you can't, if it's too much crossing the foot over, you can just have it side by side. It's up to you. Whatever feels best for your body. Like I said, all these shapes look so different body to body, even though we're technically all doing the same thing, but everybody is so different in terms of how their body functions and how deep they can go and the length of their limbs and torsos and all that. Everybody's really unique. Let's come back to center and just do that on the other side. So take the right legs to the right side, bumping those hips over, and then take our upper body. And this time I'm going to grab my right wrist with my left hand and just hold, getting that stretch through the left side body. Should feel really good. I like doing this kind of thing too in the morning, just as kind of a wake up and getting everything stretched out, especially my spine. I love having space between my vertebrae. Sometimes in the morning too, I'll even just like hang on my pull-up bar, just creating space and lengthening out. It just feels really good. Let's do one more deep breath. And release. Go ahead and center yourself on your mat. You can take your feet out long, let them just flop open, letting your arms open, palms up to the sky, and just stay here in your final resting pose for just a minute. We're only here for a minute today because we've got things to do. So we're just going to let all of that work we did assimilate into the body. Get a brief little meditation. I'll be quiet now for the last 30 seconds or so. Go ahead and roll to one side. Pausing for just a second in that fetal position. And then push yourselves up to a seat. Go ahead and just close the eyes for just a minute. I want you to just do a body scan like we kind of did at the beginning. Seeing if anything has shifted, if your energy has shifted, if you feel a little bit differently. Just noticing, just that little bit of mindfulness. Go ahead and take your hands to your heart. Thank yourself for coming to this practice. I am so grateful that you're here with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I know you probably have a very busy day ahead.